Today I'm reacting to a video by the YouTube channel of Brian Chun Ho. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, so if he's watching this video, I apologize. There will be a link in the description, guys, so you can check out his channel. And yeah, today we're going to watch how Poland changed his way of looking at Europe. This is gonna be amazing. I don't know where he comes from. I think we will be able to tell from the accent right away. So yeah, let's check it out.
So I traveled to Poland a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, American. Wait, okay, let me think.
It was my first time in any Central/Eastern European country, and it completely changed the way I saw Europe. Growing up in Asia and the US, I was always fed the idea that Western Europe was the peak of all civilization. But after 3 years of seeing what life is really...
Unfortunately, that's what most Europeans think as well. And they are very disrespectful towards other cultures. I don't like that. I always say that you should travel a little bit around the world and then you would change your perspective, especially if you have that mentality.
like across Western Europe. I can only say that, at least for me, Poland lives up to those expectations way more than any Western European country has. Maybe with the exception of the Netherlands and Switzerland. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first place I visited in Poland was this city called Łódź. I took a...
Wait, what? The first place he's visited in Poland is Łódź. Oh my god. Bro, I haven't been to Poland yet, but I can't imagine, traveling to a new country and starting from a second-tier city. I don't say second-tier city to say that Łódź is bad. Okay? Don't twist my words, please. But you always usually start from the capital or from like a city that is as important internationally as the capital. I don't know, maybe Krakow, right? Many Italians have been to Poland, never visited Warsaw, but have visited Krakow. So yeah, that's really interesting though. It's really interesting.
Bus straight from the airport in Warsaw, and I arrived at night at Łódź Fabryczna, which is the city's main train and bus station. I had such a big culture shock that very first night in Poland, because as I was walking out of there, I saw women and even young girls hanging around the station by themselves. In most Western European countries, that would be unthinkable, because every major train station is always swarmed by questionable characters and people with bad intentions, especially at night. And if you're not familiar, Łódź isn't just some small town. It's literally the third largest city in Poland. So it definitely says something that a city this size can still feel so peaceful and safe. Now,
that is true. He's totally right. I can't imagine even yeah, definitely. I can't think of any city in Italy that you can just go to the train station at night and be alone, especially for a woman. Yeah, especially even for a man, it's not recommendable to be alone at night outside of a train station here in Italy. Yeah, wow, that's incredible.
Now, if you're Polish, at this point you might be asking the question, why were you in Łódź? And the answer is, I was just visiting a friend.
Even me, bro, wait 1 second, wait.
The worst things I saw.
Okay, I made a mess, but even me as an Italian, I'm wondering why he was in Łódź.
Now, if you're Polish, at this point you might be asking the question, why were you in Łódź? And the answer is, I was just visiting
why were you in Wood? The subtitles is shit. Okay.
Friend who lives there. There we go.
Okay.
The worst things I saw during my time in Łódź were some drunk people yelling on the streets and one homeless guy who came up to me begging for money. But they were all harmless, and the homeless guy was actually really respectful to me too, which was really refreshing because I'm used to them being aggressive or drugged up, coming from places like New York, Lyon, and Brussels. Overall, I could see in just one day how much people in Poland respect rules and authority. Like, people will wait for the light to turn green before crossing an empty street. Besides Łódź, I also visited Krakow and Warsaw during my time in Poland. And the one constant throughout the entire trip was that I never had to keep my guard up. That's actually one of the reasons why I found Krakow to be way more romantic than Paris, for example. There were people playing accordions everywhere for some reason. People of all ages were just letting loose and dancing in the town square every night. But what matters most is that it's just so much easier to have a romantic moment when you don't have to worry about people with bad intentions sizing you up, harassing you, or acting crazy and just crashing out around you. I didn't like how often I was approached during the day by teenagers asking for donations for sick children. Looking back, that was obviously a scam. Same thing at night when I'd get approached by at least 3 strip club promoters every night on my way back to my hostel. But that's literally as bad as it gets. By the way, don't go to any strip club in Poland. You will get drugged and you will get ripped off or robbed. You might be really tempted, since the promoters are always women and some of them are actually even pretty. But just keep in mind that people have died in those places. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is that I always felt really safe no matter where I went in Poland, even at night. And it's such a nice change of pace as someone who's lived in France and Belgium, because those are the 2 most dangerous countries in the
Oh, safety walking alone at night. Okay. 72.2 Iceland. I mean, of course. Wow. Finland is really safe. Come on, go Finland! Italy 44.2. This seems unlikely. I mean, in my city, I like to walk at night. Nothing ever happened to me. But I mean, I live in a small place. It's like 8,000 probably the population and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, Poland is number 61. Austria is even safer. That's pretty cool, you know? Wow, that's crazy. Wow, France is really dangerous. I didn't know that. Turkey is safer than Italy also. Wow.
EU when it comes to street crime. Apparently, it's just as safe or almost as safe in other countries across Central/Eastern Europe, so I can't wait to explore more of that region. Another thing that I was obsessed with in Poland was how nice everybody was. I always had this impression that people from Slavic countries were always kind of mean, grumpy, and jaded, but
I think that's the opposite, right? It's probably just the Western media trying to portray them as very mean, you know? Maybe because you guys are more direct. As Western Europeans are more like nice on the outside, but don't really have the best intentions. Could be, you know.
My experience in Poland completely destroyed that idea. People working in cafes, restaurants, milk bars, Uber drivers, tour guides, hostel receptionists, museum staff. Didn't matter if they were male or female, young or old. Everyone was just extremely pleasant and smiley with me. At first I thought there had to be a catch to this. Like they must be doing this because they see I'm a tourist and they want me to tip them. But not once did they ever hint at or expect anything like that. 90% of them spoke really good English too. Like, no one ever made me feel guilty for not speaking Polish, even though I did learn a few phrases before going, like, cześć, przepraszam, nie mówię po polsku.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Because it's always good to do that as a sign of respect. Even though a lot of the Poles I met told me about how conservative and judgmental the culture actually is, for me, being in Poland still felt way less suffocating than being in France, for example. I'm not trying to trash on France or anything, but since that's where I'm based in Europe, I really can't help but look at other European countries through that lens. I thought I'd get stared at a lot in Poland for being Asian, but that never really happened much, and even when it did, it didn't feel overbearing or hostile like it sometimes does in France. Most of the younger Poles I met were actually very curious about me. Like they'd strike up conversations with me, they'd ask me about my life story, where I was from, what I thought about Poland, the food, best places to go. I just felt really welcome. Now, the last thing that really shocked me was how advanced Poland is in terms of digitalization. There's this app called mObywatel that every Polish person uses for almost every official document or service that you can think of. You can...
Bro, what? Are you kidding me? You have an app for... Bro, I need to move to Poland.
Present a digital ID to identify yourself in any situation, even when it comes to voting at polling stations. If you're a student, you can also add your student ID in there. Everything that has to do with cars, like your driver's license and your vehicle's registration and insurance, they can all be accessed through this app. You can use it to access digital prescriptions from your doctor, pay fines, block your social security number in case of fraud, which is amazing. You can even buy train tickets with it. This one app does pretty much everything for you when it comes to the administration. Then there's also this mobile payment system called Blik that everyone in Poland uses to send money and pay for stuff. If you're American, it's kind of similar to Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle, except that it's already built into every Polish bank's app. So literally all you need to send someone money is their phone number. You don't need any third-party apps to send money because, again, everyone uses Blik. You can also use it to buy stuff in stores and online too, without ever pulling out your card. All you need is to select the option to pay with Blik. What happens right after that
So that's like Satispay, I'm guessing.
is that the payment screen will ask you to put in a 6-digit code, and to get that 6-digit code, all you have to do is go into your bank's app on your phone and tap on the button to generate a Blik code, which you will then type into the payment screen. The last thing you have to do is to just confirm the transaction in the same app within 1 to 2 minutes to complete the payment. It might sound kind of drawn out the way that I'm explaining it, but it's actually an extremely quick and easy process. Same thing when it comes to ATMs. You select the option to withdraw via Blik, you generate and enter the code, you confirm it in your app, and the cash just comes out without you ever needing to pull out your debit card. There's even an app to buy tickets for public transport. It's called
crazy.
and you can use it to validate your tickets with a QR code wherever you go. You don't have to hunt down a machine to buy tickets or recharge a physical card. This makes me feel embarrassed as a New Yorker. Because the MTA just finished rolling out Omni, which is a system that lets customers scan to enter the subway, like, it's 2025, and they just finished doing this.
I mean, be happy that they did.
And keep in mind that New York is supposed to have the best public transport in the entire country, which is really sad when you think about it. So my Polish friend Alexa here asked me to name an
Alexa, use the app and buy me tickets.
American technology that Poland
I hope that didn't sound offensive.
doesn't have. So I said Amazon Go. Turns out they have that too. It's called Zapka Nano, and she's going to show us how it works right here.
It's very small.
Wait, what? Okay, I saw this type of supermarkets in the Czech Republic when I traveled in Czechia. I think in Italy they could never survive, you know? We used to have some vending machines, you know, at the bus station. They had to remove them all because people, when they got drunk, they just trashed them, steal everything, and yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Store. The regular Żabka store is way bigger than this, but also not like super big. It's like a regular 7-Eleven. It's in the States, and you get the essentials for students.
So I got this bottle of water.
Yeah, there are a lot, and you get the essentials for students.
So I got this bottle.
Primavera. Okay. Is that supposed to be good when there's an Italian name?
Bottle of water.
Yeah, there are a lot of cameras here.
Yeah.
You know, following our
cameras up here.
exactly our every
Yeah, people wouldn't care in Italy.
step is tracked, and I'm gonna get a receipt here. And yeah, I already have my card here. Yeah,
Walk out the store, everything's paid.
exactly.
So cool.
Ta-da!
So you can just go even at night if you
So
need
many
something.
foundational aspects of daily life are digitalized in Poland. Like, technology there just makes so much sense, and it actually helps make everything run so smoothly. I'm trying really hard not to sound disrespectful when I say this, but it's just all the more surprising when all I pictured of Poland before was just depressing gray concrete Soviet blocks and a country that's still trying to catch up after falling so far behind during the Soviet era. Granted, the entire country still only has a grand total of 2 metro lines, both of them in Warsaw, so I guess it all balances out in the end. But after seeing how much more advanced Poland is in so many ways, I just can't help but look at the United States and most of the major Western European countries and wonder, why are we so far behind in all the ways that matter, when we're supposed to be the leading examples of civilization? Alright, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to highlight about my first visit to Poland and Central/Eastern Europe. I'll be going to Japan for 40 days pretty soon though, so I'll be gone for a while. Hopefully I'll push out one more video before then, but otherwise I think I'll see you guys in December at the earliest. In the meantime, please feel free to let me know in the comments what kind of content you'd like to see from me in the future. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today.
Videos.
And until next time, have a great rest of your day.
That was a really nice video, you know. Really makes you think more. Yeah. Really hit hard what he said. That we are supposed to be like the example for other people when it comes to civilization, but then it's not really like that. So yeah, good job, Poland. And also let me know down in the comments. I was actually thinking of traveling to Poland maybe like in January or February, at most in March. How is gonna be the weather? Is it gonna be like really miserable that I cannot go, or is it still okay? Because I don't know, right here in Italy, like I don't know, lately the weather is crazy. We're in November, but it hasn't been cold yet. Like the weather never goes like below 10 degrees. It's crazy right now. It's never raining, always sunny. So yeah, I don't know, maybe in Poland is like that as well. Probably it's gonna be a little bit colder, right? But whatever. I don't care. I just wanna go to Poland so bad. So yeah, please let me know down in the comments, how do you think the weather is gonna be, or how the weather is in those months of the winter. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. I will see you in the next video.